Welcome back, this is M-Dog. Welcome to Fisher Online. I wanted to do another video here about Netherlands, this spot fishing for bream. So this is the third peg over here at 86-140. By far my favorite bream fishing spot in the game so far, that I've discovered at least. First of all, the bait that I've been using that is now my favorite bait to go for bream here is this pea flavored dough. And we're going to use anise oil for the dip and make a bunch of those. And then in terms of ground bait, we'll use anise flavored dip with the bream ground bait base. And we're going to go peas. And then we're going to throw in, oh, we can't do the dough. So I guess what I've been using is bloodworm. Is there anything else we'd rather put in there? We could do peas instead. I guess we'll do that. All right, we'll see how that works. Now, the thing about this spot is you can catch really nice bream on at least 3 different baits. So I'm using pea flavored dough, which is my current favorite. The bycatch that you're going to get is silver bream. Mostly bream, but you'll have some silver bream mixed in. I'll show you what my net looks like here in just a second. The other apparent possible bycatch is the flathead mullet, which I had never seen before, but first fish I caught in this spot tonight, or today, at the beginning of the overnight time, was a trophy flathead mullet. So I'll show you that real quick as well. I was hoping we could use that dough in the ground bait mix as well, but we can't. So you see down here, the first fish we caught was this trophy flathead on the pea flavored dough. Now, I don't think that's going to be replicatable very often. That seemed like some random thing. But it's at least possible, right? And you can see we've got a lot of large bream in here. All of these large bream are worth at least 40 silver, usually closer to 45 to 50. If it says large bream, you're at least getting 40 silver, I think. So that adds up quick. I mean, and it's also just so fun. It's an active bite rate. Okay, so that's pea flavored dough. If you use leeches, you will also catch really nice bream. Chance of trophy on all of these baits, by the way, we're talking about. And the bycatch with leech will be zander. So if you're overnight, you'll occasionally hit the zander. During the day, you'll pretty much only catch bream, at least what I've seen, on the leech. Maybe the slowest bite rate, but really nice size bream. I would say the average size of bream is probably highest. Oh no! How can you do that to us? We didn't get credit for that last fish. Oh, I hope the server didn't just go down. What? How awkward. Okay, so let me just finish. I'm actually going to put this video up because I've showed you most of what I wanted to show you anyway. This will just be a Fisher Online short, and then I'll try to expand on it. Oh my goodness. Is it because the server's full? I think it's down. It's at 40-something%, right? I think if we refresh this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, the third bait. So we've talked about pea flavored dough, leeches. Pea flavored dough gives you silver bream as off catch. Leeches gives you zander as off catch. And then peas. The safe way to go and the cheapest way to go bait wise is just straight peas. By the way, size 2 hooks for all of these. Okay. But peas will give you a lot of eyed as bycatch, which is sometimes really good because there's a lot of eyed quests. Club quest, consumable quest, other quests. So it's not always a bad thing. I'd say it's about like, at times it feels like it's about 60% bream and 40% eyed. So maybe the highest volume of bycatch going with just peas, but it's still a lot of nice size bream. For me, the average size bream was the highest with the pea flavored dough and maybe leech either close second or right there tied with it. Peas still caught some really nice bream. I did want to show you though, we just hit a weekly record or whatever on that flathead mullet. I think it was in second place. on the pea flavored dough. But again, I think that's an unusual. I don't think that's going to be a normal thing. Like, I've not seen another one. That was the worst timing. Okay, so this is the line that we caught the flathead mullet trophy on. It's a 26-meter clip casting right in that direction. That was such a bummer. At least we got back in pretty quick. All right, so one thing I do want to test here. So we already know about the Bream. The Bream are great. I want to test on our new picker rod. Now this is a 2.7 kilo, so we could totally get blown up here. But I wanted to see if this is a like legitimate spot to try to catch Vemba. I think it's still early enough in the morning that might at least be possible. But let's go take a quick break and let me show you what some of these fish are worth. All right, so that trophy flathead mullet, 186 silver. I mean, in just one partial night, we're up to 705 silver. I want to say you may be able to make a little more silver at USA if you're getting those small bass trophies and stuff. But it's close, and to me, this one is more fun. There's more things you can do. There's a higher bite rate. So, which I really like, because that USA map is DLC. This is, everyone has access to Netherlands, so I like that. But look at this, 50 silver for a large bream, and it does start to go down, but it's, you know, it's over 40 for everything that's a large bream, right? And then these large silvers, 14, 12, 13, that still adds up. Just notice the drop off, though. If you go to a regular bream versus large bream, it's like, you know, 9 to 12 silver versus 40 plus silver. So a big drop off. All right, let's see if we're still catching pretty good. Let's see if we're still catching pretty good bream here. I do think, I don't remember exactly what time, but I do feel like the most fun time to do this is like late afternoon, early evening, all the way till like sometime mid-morning. Kind of like in RF4, although you can catch bream all day. I think in some spots in Fisher Online, but it doesn't feel like the chance of trophy, and then maybe the percentage of these large bream isn't quite the same. All right, let's see what we're getting into here on this picker. So if we start hitting two, like we've got a large one, hook, and mayfly. We're trying to hit Vemba. I don't know, maybe there's a different bait that's even better at Vemba, but I'm hoping that we can hit some Vemba, because I think Vemba, if it's a large Vemba, hold their value pretty well as also. Is that a silver bream? Okay, that's not what we want. Let's look at the records. It may be that, I mean, maybe Vemba aren't in this spot a whole lot, or it might be that there's a better bait to target them. I just thought of that. I wanted to figure out something I could do here with our new picker rod, which we're making such good silver here. I'll probably go ahead and finish off our set of 3 picker rods with the very smallest ultralight picker rods. Because especially when we're going for, you know, the really small fish, we might as well get that bump in XP. Large silver bream. All right, let's look really quick. First, I want to see the record on the flathead mullet. Fish on the lake. Flathead mullet. Yeah, so right now we're sitting at 2nd place. Big drop off, though. Look at that. Squid slices. Someone had one that was over 8. Which, by the way, that 4.7 flathead mullet, that was a fighter. It took me a little while to get that in, even on our like 18 kilo setups here. Which is why I think if you're going for the big bream here using large 2 hooks, you might as well use your like, you know, these rigs, I think of them as sort of starter carp rigs. But you can also fish for other stuff like this. Okay, now that's interesting. We got a fent. Yeah, I want to check that. Let's see what this fish is, and then I want to check and see what's going to be the best way to target Vemba. I might have to do a little research. It may be that they occasionally come in on mayfly. I know mayfly shows up on the records, but see, there might be another bait that doesn't catch all this bycatch. And that might be the one we want to use. Does blood catch Vimba? I'm trying to remember. I feel like there's something. All right, there's another nice bream. I mean, we're just rolling in it. Every one of these we hit's over 40 silver. It's so good. We're also getting a nice steady amount of XP. All right, so let's look at records for Vimba, mayfly, mollusk. Oh, mayfly larva. Okay, so maybe that will... Oh, we don't want to cast that. Maybe that will solve our problem of catching so much bycatch. May not, but we can try it. It also might be getting a little too late. Easy supply order, Jeff said. I'm not showing it right now. Anything with eyed here in this spot is easy, though. Also, Xander wouldn't be too hard, that income quest. But, man, just so good, though. So good. And just so fun. Just really fun. I was going to pull up the list to see what... I have a really out-of-date Fisher Online bait list. But it really is out of date. I mean, it's like multiple updates and maps behind. So, is this not in alphabetical order? Oh, it is. I just wanted to see like what used to be listed as like main baits for Vimba. Maggot and mollusk. Silicone worm. Yeah, that just feels out of date, right? I don't have any confidence if we start throwing a bunch of maggots in the water right now that we're gonna catch a ton of Alright, it might be that time of day where the bream are gonna start slowing down. We should have room for one more large bream. Then we need to go sell fish. I couldn't believe how much silver that flathead mullet trophy's worth. Almost does make me want to throw, what was it, squid pieces or something into this spot where we caught that one trophy. See if we could do pretty well on those. I don't know. Those things get big enough, you could almost flirt with a size 3 hook and see if it would work. Is this an eyed? So if this is an eyed... Okay, that's cool. That's the first eyed I have caught on pea-flavored dough. Now, I knew that I had been told that it was a possibility, but I hadn't seen it myself yet. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's sell fish. We probably got, what, 850? Yeah, 845. So good. Just so good. Now, you can take off 186 of that. I mean, you're not going to normally... I mean, unless you really have an active night on bream, that trophy flathead mullet's throwing things off a little bit, but still, you can still do so well on bream. All right, let's throw these back in. Again, we're using 2 hooks, that anise peas and ground bait, and then pea-flavored dough on the bait. Oh, okay. Hello. All right, so we hope this is a Vimba, but there are other fish in the water that will go for this mayfly larva, because I've used mayfly larva here before. But maybe it'll be a decent percentage of Vimba. It's also just possible that we'll hit something with a 1 hook. We could hit something that this rig just won't be able to get in. That is a nice silver bream. So look at that. Like once you get up to the kilo size, if it's 1 kilo, this setup struggles a bit. Let's go ahead and get rid of this leader because it's getting a little bit worn. Put a fresh one on there. So that, you know, once you get over a kilo, it's questionable if these like tiny fish pickers are the way to go. That's probably a recipe for some disasters, I would think. That would be my take on it. But I still really like having these like tiny pickers because of the XP boost. And I feel like between catching bait fish and then just random dailies and stuff, I'll get enough use of them to justify it. For me, at least, it's more fun than just like throwing on a starter feeder rod and putting on a tiny leader or something, trying to replicate it. I mean, if it was any more expensive than what it is, I probably wouldn't do it. But because it's priced, I think, correctly, I'm okay with it. Oh, why don't we have this rod in? Yeah, so at this point is probably when we want to start fishing for something other than bream. But you can start, I think you can start fishing for bream sooner than you would in RF4. Like, I don't think you have to wait till 20 or 2200 or whatever. I'd say more like 1500. Leading up to that 1800 time frame is where some really nice bream can start coming in. All right, is there anything else we want to just like mess around with? Some of these are more nighttime. I never have like, I mean, yesterday I just wasn't able to get dialed in on those. Zero hook for the shrimp. That's cool. Zero hook with mayfly. That's probably what would work for that. Let's see what we got on this one this time. And then maybe we'll at least experiment that with shrimp real quick. But, I mean, to me, mostly this is all about the bream. And you notice how slow the bite rate is now that it's daytime. Nighttime, it's killer. Daytime, we've slowed down a little bit. So probably ought to switch our baits to something else. All right, let's see what this is. A fint. This may just not be a spot where bream are. Like either we're not throwing far enough, throwing too far, or there's just another spot where vimba are. If you've got some experience catching vimba here and any pointers for me, let me know. I've heard that they're really good to go for at this map, but I haven't really ever done it. I mean, I've caught some vimba, but not when I've really been targeting them. So I'd love to kind of hear what other folks are doing. So now we're going for mayfly. We are down to a zero hook. It'll be interesting to see. This isn't a shrimp. So it'll be interesting to see is like now do we start catching vimba with the tiny hook size? No, this looks like another. Oh, we did. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, but surely it's still we can still catch it on the size 1 hook. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. All right, so what else? What would we want to do with our larger stuff, though? Size 2 hook with mayfly larva. That could be interesting. Yeah, squid slices or neuresis. All right, let's try that. Let's get this stuff off. So mayfly larva 2, and then the neuresis, whatever it's called, 2. This may be okay, but it may be really slow. with this size hook and these baits. Yeah, that's a good point, ArenaBot. This is a great map. I do love this map, but it certainly got better when we unlocked the travel point. It was a long run out here, kind of annoying run out here before the travel point was unlocked. So that's definitely something where it's like, it's worth it to work on just catching one of all the fish on this river. All right, I mean, maybe that was the problem. Maybe now that we're using 0 hooks, and again, we could go back to mayfly larva with 0 hook. If we're catching Vimba now, which I don't know, maybe this may or may not be a Vimba, but I'm just saying it may be that Vimba just don't like those large 1 hooks here. I just don't like the size of them, you know? I think if we wanted shrimp, maybe we just cast shorter. I'm not sure. All right, what's the it's so funny. This was like I was going to do a short video and here we go. Still going. I do have to wrap this up pretty soon. All right, so let's see what this is. Size 2 hook mayfly larva. Did we get what was it, a whitefish or something we saw that gets to reasonable size and seems to like these baits? Is that what we landed? And are any of these fish worth anything? Yeah, that's a decent Alice shad. Alright, let's see what we're getting on this guy. This is a weird bait. These little, like, whatever kind of worms they are. I can't pronounce them. I wonder if some of that like sea mullet ground bait might be. Ooh, a large Ramada mullet. Look, that's a lot of XP. The question is it also decent silver? So we might have just found some options for daytime if you want to just kind of fish 24-hour Netherlands and really rack up. Let's see if either of these past 2 fish are worth anything. Yeah, that's 42 silver. The Alice shad's only 20, but considering it's a regular, not a large, that's not bad. These Vimba aren't worth anything, but they're undersized. I mean, again, I think if you catch a real Vimba or a large Vimba, they're actually quite good. So now the question is, what's that bite rate going to be like? But we do have this sea mullet ground bait, which is garlic and nearest. It's funny that they don't tell you what the ingredients are on the Lucky Fishing. Alright, what was I going to do? I was going to look on the daily update of the club. So we're approaching level 8.5. We're getting there. We still got Mr. Pringles. Come on, Mr. Pringles. It's time. Also, I guess first notice to, I don't know. I need to message them on Steam. Like, do the same rules apply to long-term friends that join the club but really don't play this game very often? I guess they should. I guess it should be same rules. Very cool. We're almost up to 1,000 silver for the guild, for the club. I like it. Yeah. So the downside of this setup so far, it looks like it may be the bite rate. So there might be other tweaks we'd want to do to try to up that bite rate. Squid slices. Oof. You came for a flathead mullet and you caught a mullet sigil. Squid slices are popular here. Let's look and see what the ingredients are on those squid slices. Assuming you've got to have squid and obviously PVA. Wonder if there's anything else. But until you go to, where is it that you can purchase squid? Can't you purchase squid at Italy? It might be a little expensive, but I think you can in the Italy store. I haven't even been there yet since we reset the account. Although I think level-wise we can go there. Oh, I forgot these are here. That's right, these flounder thing. Now I don't know if those are worth anything. Especially like a normal size one like that. I feel like those are kind of not worth much, but we can check. Alright, so if we go to craft table, where is the squid? Oh, chopped squid, is that what it is? So we need, oh wait, no. How do we get squid slices? I'm so confused. Is that what it was? Chopped squid? Or was it squid slices? Maybe squid slices is what you get. If you catch a squid, can you turn it into squid slices? Maybe. And then you can use those squid slices as bait. Or you can turn squid slices into chopped squid. That's what I'm guessing. I'm surprised we didn't get... I'll just go right here for a second. See if we can get a shrimp. Yeah, so... Yeah, squid slices. I'm guessing you catch squid and turn them into slices. I don't know. I don't think that's the way it used to work, but maybe that's the way it works now. Squid slices. Holy cow, are squid slices popular here? Or am I sure they don't sell them here? So many of the records have been caught on squid slices. Alright, so this flounder is 18 silver. That's not bad. Large would probably be worth a decent amount then. What is this, like the... Oh, okay, this is where you get the upgraded fly rod. That would definitely be worth doing at some point, by the way. I remember. I used one of these on my main account back before I reset it. It's really not that expensive, to be honest. I mean, what are we in? 720? I mean, everything for like just over 2,000 silver, and then you have a fly fishing rod you can pretty much catch most fish in the game on, I'd say. That you would fly fish for? Oh, you don't want to see that. Alright, let's see if we got a shrimp. No. Unless it's a jumbo shrimp. It's a ripus. Isn't that what it said that shrimp were caught on? Although maybe salmon roe just does a better job. Shrimp might be bycatch for the mayfly. It's just expensive. To catch shrimp on salmon roe seems a little pricey. All right. So we ended up with almost 1,000 silver total. Is there anything we can do with any of these small fish? All right. Okay, so that's Netherlands. The main thing I wanted to get across in this video, though, is something that I'll probably do a lot of when I'm trying to save silver and just have fun, is hitting that Bream spot at late afternoon to evening and overnight. Just so good here at the Netherlands. Okay, thanks for watching. Tight lines, everybody. See you next time.